Hi everyone, my name is Delilah, and today I am here to show you how to make a drawing robot from this KiwiCo kit. All you're going to need is the Drawbot kit and a pair of scissors. So upon opening our KiwiCo kit, we will find a KiwiCo notebook to take notes in, 3 color-coded sheets of instructions, the materials to build our robot, and some pieces of folded paper. We're going to set this off to the side for now because that is the last thing we need for this project. Step 1 of this build is going to be putting together the motor assembly. To do this, you're going to want your blue color-coded instruction sheet, this bag of parts from inside of our supply kit, and this yellow block of clay. To start with, we're going to go ahead and take out the red gear and red plastic peg from the supplies we pulled out of our first bag. What we're going to do with these, we are going to go ahead and gently but firmly push these together. The reason for that is because plastic can be fragile. We don't want to break it. Now that we have the gear and peg put together, we are going to go ahead and grab the actual motor. Now, with the motor, you're going to go ahead and plug the peg into the metal post. This may take a little bit of force, but again, take your time, be gentle with it, it'll go. After you've put the gear and peg onto the motor, the next step is going to be taking the motor assembly right here. To connect this, we are going to want to plug the black wire into the corresponding black wire on the motor, followed by plugging the red wire into the other red wire. So match the colors. After we've gone ahead and connected everything, we are going to take off the battery cover, take out our nicely wrapped AA, take it out of its plastic first, and insert the negative into the negative side with the positive facing the positive. Once we've done that, let's go ahead and put that battery cover back on and see if it works. Now, we've finished the first side of the instruction sheet, so we're going to flip it over to the back. After having tested the motor and making sure that it spins, we'll go ahead and open up our clay. With our clay out of its wrapping, we're going to take about half of the block, squish it together, and then we're going to gently, but again also firmly, attach it to the motor by putting it onto the red gear. After securely fastening your clay to it, we are now done with this for the time being, and it's time to move on to step 2. For step 2, we are going to go ahead and take the rest of the contents of the original bag and the orange instruction sheet. Step 1 of continuing on the actual build for the robot, for the second step, going to be taking out these Velcro strips. Now there are multiple of them, but we don't want to use all of it. On the robot body, you're going to see these white lines in the pattern. What we are going to go ahead and do is we are going to roughly measure the rest of the Velcro strip. And this is where we're going to need our scissors. Now with the first strip cut, we're going to take the rest of our Velcro from that original sheet. And again, we're just going to cut to fit the robot. With that done, your robot should look something like this. Next, following our orange instruction sheet, we are going to pop out the holes in the robot. They are pre-cut and they do come out fairly easily. And the reason we're going to go ahead and do this is because up next we have our little foam donuts. We're gonna pop out the centers of those as well before taking off the backs of them. With those 3 centers popped out, we're going to peel off on the back the side that protects the glue that's going to secure it to our robot. Now that that's done, we're gonna flip this over. We're gonna take our markers in this box. They are 3 assorted colors. In this case, we have blue, green, and red markers. These markers are going to go through the underside of the robot. We're gonna take the back of the marker and push it through. Now, going back to our motor with the clay, we are going to take the last thing out of this bag, which are 2 kind of scratchy dots. The first scratchy dot is going to go on the battery pack for our motor. And before we put this on the robot, we're going to put the other scratchy dot on the motor as well. Moving on to step 3, we're going to take our yellow instruction sheet, which is going to give us just a little bit more to do before we can actually start drawing. So we're going to take the piece of paper that came with our kit and unfold it. It is fairly large, so make sure you've got plenty of space to work with. You're going to want a table or maybe some hardwood floor if your parents are okay with that. And when you're ready, go ahead and turn the switch on the battery pack to the on state. And if your robot is moving, you're ready to go ahead and move to the next step. So now that we've removed the lids from the markers after testing our robot, we're gonna go ahead and set it back on the paper. And when we're ready to go, we're gonna hit the on switch. And our robot shouldn't fall over, but it should start drawing. If your robot falls over, try adjusting the legs of your markers just a little bit and see if that helps. You may also try adjusting the motor position or the battery pack where it's located. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed the project. I'll see you guys next time.